This is not your typical podcast.
Get ready for adult conversations with world changers.
Led by two unstoppable hosts with Down syndrome. The Audrey
And Jeremy
Show.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Fraser, and you are watching the Audrey Jeremy Show.
Oh, definitely. Watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Audrey Presby. We are so happy you are here. Our guest today is a really awesome author, Nancy Goodfellow, and her awesome daughter, Lily Goodfellow. See what I did? I kind of switched it up, so their names are really cool.
We
They're
appreciate
all cool
that.
people.
Thank you.
Of Lily Sportsby, Nancy is a author, wife, and a mother of three. Really impressive, by the way. They live in Chicago. Nancy always dreamed of being a writer, but it wasn't until her first child, Lily, was born with Down syndrome, which is super cool though, because we all cool.
Yeah.
She understood her true calling. She now advocates for individuals with disabilities and gives presentations about all intellectual disabilities.
Lily is a inspiring sports reporter who dreams for working in professional sports and Special Olympics. She first started with her sideline interviews of her at her high school that covered athletes for her college newspaper. Lily recently earned her journalism and media literacy how do I say that?
Certificate.
I'm laughing at myself.
I'm trying to say that word right too.
Yep.
It's my hard word to say.
Significant.
You are trying. You are trying really good.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So thank you guys for both being here today.
Thank you for having us. We're so
Thank
excited.
So, our first question is, Nancy, tell us about Special and what inspires you to write this book.
So, Special is a middle grade novel, which means that it's technically written for kids that are in ages like 3rd grade through 8th grade, but really anybody can read it. So, I've had lots of older individuals like yourselves read it, and a lot of adults have read it. And so, it's really for anybody. And it's a story about two girls who've been best friends since they were 5. One of them has Down syndrome, and one does not have a disability. And they're entering junior high, and so their friendship is facing some challenges that just most friendships face as there's changes to new schools and new friends and that kind of thing. But really what inspired me was Lily and having Lily. And so she's my first child, and we had a prenatal diagnosis with Lily. So we found out when I was still pregnant that Lily would have Down syndrome. And so I dove into everything I could possibly learn about Down syndrome. I read a ton of books and started attending conferences and things. And one of the books that I read was actually about inclusion in school, and it was for parents. And one of the things they said is that when kids are really little, like when you guys went to preschool and were 4 or 5 years old, the other kids that you were in school with didn't really notice like that you had a disability. They just were drawn to playing with you because they wanted to play the same things, right? Yeah. And as you get older, inadvertently the parents or the teachers, so they don't mean to, but they kind of take those friendships and turn them into jobs. So they take the kids who are really good with somebody with a disability and have become close to that person, and they start asking them to be like the buddy in gym class or the buddy on the field trips. And so that by 3rd or 4th grade, it's more of a job instead of a true friendship. So I really wanted to write a book where it was a friendship that had gotten past that, and then the changes were only because it was the same kind of changes and challenges that a typical friendship would face.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When I was in, I think it was preschool, I had it pushed back a year, and we started again. So I'm older than all my other friends by 1 year. I don't like that. I don't
Oh,
wanna
but
be
now that you're
old.
older, it doesn't matter, right?
No, it
You and
doesn't.
Lily are officially the same age for 1 month.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
had a birthday and then she's got a birthday coming up and she'll be 23.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
And happy belated birthday.
Yes, for both of us.
For both
Yes.
of you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lily, how did it feel the first time you read your mom's book?
I obviously really loved about it. I actually read it from a book club. We actually read it before it was actually published. And it was really awesome to actually hear about this book. And one of my friends was telling me from a book club that she feels a lot seen. And so the similarities between the book with the character with Meg is we had two similarities. One is that we both wear sports jerseys, and two, we both talk to ourselves in our rooms.
Yeah,
Nice.
so Lily saw some similarities right away with the character with Down syndrome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like that. That's so funny. The next question is about who is Meg and why is her story important?
So Meg is the character with Down syndrome. And interestingly enough, when I first started writing this book, I actually was only going to write it from Madison's perspective. And she's the character who doesn't have a disability. And I went to a writing conference and was talking to an editor about it. And he said, well, what about the other girl? And I said, well, she has Down syndrome. And he said, right, but doesn't she have a story to tell? And I said, yes, but it'd be a pretty daunting, like a pretty scary thing to do, to write from the first person perspective of somebody with Down syndrome when I don't have Down syndrome. And he said, well, if not you, then who? So he thought, because I'm Lily's mom, because I know someone with Down syndrome so closely, that I could write a character with Down syndrome. And so I wanted to make sure that I did that as respectfully and realistically as possible. So I interviewed a lot of people who have children with Down syndrome. I interviewed a lot of people who have Down syndrome, like yourselves. And I talked to a lot of people, and I tried to put as much real situations into the book, too, to make sure that Meg was a very authentic and realistic character, but that the portrayal of her was very respectful as well. And so I think her story is important because it allows kids who don't know somebody with Down syndrome to really see what it's like to have Down syndrome and what somebody, maybe feels and thinks about. And it gives opportunities for people who have intellectual disabilities to feel like they're seen and that they have a character that portrays some of the things that they have gone through themselves.
Wow, that's inspiring and really impact
Yeah.
you making this book.
Oh, thank
And
you.
a lot of kids and a lot of families going to read this book because everyone should be treated special.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want everybody to know that they're special, right?
Yep.
Each of us
Yeah.
has gifts that make us special.
That's why you should read the book.
Yes.
If you are special, then read the book special.
And everybody is special, so everyone should read the book.
Yes. Yes.
So, Lily, did your mom interview you or ask you for your input while she was writing the story?
She did not interview me, unfortunately, but she interviewed parents of kids with Down syndrome, and obviously it kind of really changed for who we all are.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't really need to interview you, right? Because
No.
I live with you.
Yes.
But did Nancy, your mom, ask you for any input on the story?
No, she did not.
No?
No. Well, I asked her for her feedback when she and her book club read it.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's why I had them read it early on. And, I actually had an editor when my agent was going out on submission, so giving it to publishers
Yeah.
and trying to see if they wanted to publish the book. One of the editors said, well, I don't see people with disabilities ever reading this book. And I thought, well, why? You know, I'm like, and so I thought I think it's written for both people with and without disabilities. And so I was a little nervous to have Lily's book club read it because it's 6 young women who all have different intellectual disabilities. And so I was really happy when they read it and then all liked it. And one of them actually texted me when she was done and she said, "I'm crying right now because I feel seen." And so that's what Lily was mentioning before. So I was really glad to get Lily's feedback and the feedback from the others before I went forward with publication.
Nice.
Wow, I love that. For you, Nancy, the book talks a lot about acceptance and self-love. Why are those themes is so important for you to highlight?
I think those themes were really important because the characters are going into junior high. And so at that age, I feel like all of us really have struggled with self-love, right? Yeah. Everything's changing and you just want to fit in. And so I wanted to make sure that the story focused on the fact that you don't need to change to fit in. You don't need to change to belong, right? If the people you're hanging out with aren't the people that accept you for who you are, then you're just hanging out with the wrong people, you know? And true friendship is about accepting people for exactly who they are and knowing that you both bring gifts to the friendship. And so I wanted to have those themes of acceptance and self-love to show that all of us have differences, right? Yeah. And so acceptance is just appreciating the gifts that everybody brings and appreciating those differences.
I love that. It's incredible to feel that way because
Right?
everybody should be accepting a lot.
Exactly.
And feeling that just love, one word, acceptance is a huge word for everyone, and it's a great feeling to have it.
Yeah. So Lily, how did you hope kids feel or change after reading Special?
So I really hope that kids want to be accepted with disabilities, and also if they're reading Special, they should read it and tell people, "Hey, read Special, because it's such an awesome book."
I like that answer.
I love that answer. Well done.
Yeah.
Well outspoken, Lily. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully it makes people who don't have disabilities look at someone with a disability as a potential friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And hopefully it can allow people with disabilities to read it to also just have that acceptance that we talked about, right?
Yeah. For you, Nancy, what does it really mean to celebrate differences?
So I think when I go in and do presentations at schools, right, I go and give a disability awareness presentations to students. And one thing that I talk about is the fact that we are all different. So people with intellectual disabilities may have more significant differences when it comes to challenges with the way they learn or maybe different behaviors in certain situations. But every single one of us is different. And the world would be a really boring place if we were all the same, right?
Yeah.
So I think celebrating differences is not only appreciating the fact that we're all different, but also understanding that the one thing we all do have in common is we all want to be treated with kindness and have friends, right?
Yeah.
And so if your friends were exactly the same as you, that'd be pretty boring as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think that
So,
too.
yeah, it's like we all have friends that are in different situations and who have different things in common with us. And it just makes the world a more beautiful place. And so I know that for me, having Lily in my life and now having you guys in my life and everybody else with Down syndrome, my life is so much brighter and full of more joy and is just more interesting because of the differences that you guys bring and the difference that you make. And so I think that celebrating differences is really not only just accepting other people's differences, but really just enjoying them and knowing that they're gifts.
I love that. It is,
Yeah.
as a mom, it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And showing just like having a child with any ability, like you're gonna love that kid, and that's what I felt with my mom. like, seeing from a mom's perspective, it's really cool to see that change your kid can make the change the world for you. And that's how we can make a difference. And I'm so happy you say that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Lily, what advice would you give to kids who want to be a good friend to someone with a disability?
I just want them to actually include them, and also I want they can actually treat kids with disabilities the way they want to be treated.
No, that's a really good answer.
Really good answer. That's all about. That's who we are as a person. For you, Nancy, why is it important for kids to read a story about people who are different from them?
So I think that, do you guys know what empathy means?
I know what the
Right.
word is.
Yeah.
In other words,
So it means when you can like put yourself in somebody's shoes
Yeah.
and really see the world through their eyes, right? And so then you're more understanding of those differences. And so I think that when people read stories about people who are different than them, that helps them to truly understand the world from that person's perspective. So there was an educator once who said that stories are like windows and mirrors. And so if you read a book that is like somebody that you can relate to, it's a mirror. And if you can read a book about somebody who's totally different than you, then it's a window because you get to look through the window into their life, right? And so I think that stories provide that opportunity for kids to not only be able to read about a character they can relate to, but also read about a character and learn new things about that person and about what their life is like.
Yeah, it's like picking out what kind of hobbies you like, and you find out that I like the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Yeah.
similar.
like how me and Jeremy became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right? Because you
Like-
found out that you had a lot of things in common.
Yeah, like country
Lots of
music. We
similarities.
love country music.
Oh, I know.
We both
When we
love
were in
country
Nashville,
music.
you guys were like dancing up a storm
Oh yeah,
all night long, I believe.
yeah. One time we stayed up until like 1:30 in the
Yeah,
morning
you guys-
just by dancing.
Lily was falling asleep at the dinner table, so we did
I
not make it
remember
out that
that.
late, did we?
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a very long day
Yeah.
for all of us.
Okay, so this question is for both of you. So, thinking back when you were young, did you have friends with Down syndrome or others who are different from you?
I can answer this first.
Sure.
So I do have friends with Down syndrome, including you guys, and also other friends as well. I also have other friends who have other different disabilities than all of us, like different people. But I also have friends who do not have disabilities, and they're my college best friends, and some other friends like they're close friends.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think Lily had a lot of friends very early on that had Down syndrome or other disabilities, like from spending time like at Gigi's Playhouse or at different organizations. Like we did the National Association for Down Syndrome fashion show every year. And so she met a lot of people that way. But then because she went to school with kids who didn't have disabilities, then she had plenty of friends who didn't have disabilities as well, which I'm sure you guys probably have the same, right?
Yeah, I do.
So, and as she's gotten older, then now that she participates in like Special Olympics more and like does different teams and clubs like through her Special Recreation Association, she's become a lot closer to a lot of other friends who have disabilities, but she's managed to keep in touch with the people who don't. For myself, I grew up at a time where kids with Down syndrome or other intellectual disabilities, like they were not in class with us. So I remember the first kids with Down syndrome that I ever saw in school were not until high school. And they only were with us for gym class. And so they were completely in a separate classroom in an area of the school during the day from us. So we definitely, grew up in different times. And I was so excited then when I found out I was having Lily and found this community of other people that have kids with Down syndrome and all the different organizations and things that were available to us. And so then that's exposed us to everyone in the disability world that we've had the pleasure of meeting over the course of, over 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt when you felt, Lily. I had a lot of friends who had a lot of intellectual disabilities.
Yeah.
And now I have friends who are with abilities, some without disabilities. It's cool because they have the same hobbies and the same personalities, and they show their empathy to show what they are capable of. And having Down syndrome is a incredible feeling
Unique.
to have.
You also forgot unique.
And I
Unique.
think that I'm just happy that I have it and I live in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's celebrating differences, right? I love the guys that you guys just, all three of you are individuals who celebrate the fact that you have Down syndrome and that it's something that's a gift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nancy, you mentioned schools. How can schools use books like Special to create more inclusive environments?
So when I go and do my presentations, I've always talked about different books, like Out of My Mind and Wonder, and other books that have characters with disabilities in them. And so I've now added Special into that presentation, so I get to talk about my own book, which is super exciting. And so I use the books when I'm presenting in schools to then try to connect with the kids and inspire them to look at somebody with an intellectual disability differently and seek out a friendship. But there's also ideas in the book that schools could take for things like Down Syndrome Awareness Month. So in the book, it's Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and so they're making posters for the school of "Did you know?" and different ideas of "Did you know this about people with Down syndrome?" or "Did you know that people with Down syndrome make great friends?" "Did you know people with Down syndrome like pizza?" And things like that. But then there's also Meg and her boyfriend in the book, Marcus. They are managers of the football team, and so they get to help out with the football team. And so hopefully schools would also look at that and provide some new opportunities to include people with disabilities so that they can be part of the teams or part of the clubs.
That's awesome.
That's really
I love that.
Okay. Lily, how have you been involved in your mom's book launch and sharing this message?
Yeah, so the March 21st, I wrote Down Syndrome Day at Nancy's bookshop, and so I got to interview her. It was really fun getting to see all of them coming to us, like coming to see us, and so really got to do an interview on Road Down Syndrome Day, which was a lot of fun. And it just so happens it was on my mom's dad's birthday, and it was really, really fun because getting to interview her about it, and I asked her how long, and it's like a lot.
So Lily, we had a launch date of March 21st of World Down Syndrome Day, and we had a big book launch, and she interviewed me at the book launch. And so it was a huge crowd. It was like a perfect day because it was sold out and standing room only. I was so excited. And there was all my loved ones and people from my childhood and people from the disability community. And one of the questions Lily asked was, "How long did it take you to write this book?" And everybody in the audience, because most of them all know me very well, they all laughed because it took me a long time.
Wow.
I wonder how long.
Well, it didn't take that long to write it.
Oh, good.
It only took me about 5 months to write the first draft, but a lot of writing is rewriting. And so you have to rework it, right? Like, do you remember in school when you guys would have to write papers and then
Yep.
you'd have to make them better and fix
Yeah.
paragraphs? And so it was a lot of that. And then it just was a really long time of trying to decide who to publish it and how to get it published.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Now I know how long it takes to write a book.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Lily, Congratulations on your journalism and media literacy. And what was the last one? Say it.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, just say the word.
Okay. It is certificate.
Yeah. Can you tell us about that experience?
Sure. So thank you. So I have taken classes in my community college, and so I took news reporting and broadcasting classes there, and so I actually still write a newspaper article called Athlete of the Week, where I interview college athletes and they're really called Athlete of the Week because one of them didn't know they could be Athlete of the Week, and I told them. So yeah.
Awesome.
I like how that happens.
Yeah.
It's like me, I'm student of the month.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Awesome.
Okay, yeah. Your question.
And Lily, how did you become interested in starting your YouTube channel, Lily Sports Beat?
So I actually love sports. So I wanted to be a sports reporter, and so my YouTube channel, which is obviously Lily Sports Beat, so I interview professional athletes, Special Olympic athletes who have gone to USA or World Games, and also people who work in professional sports, like women, and also interviewing coaches as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
Who was
you
your
get to
favorite to
interview them.
talk to in your interview? I'm curious.
That was a good question.
That's
Right?
a good one. I would say Connor Murphy because we had a close connection. So I went to the ice arena. I got to interview him, and that was really fun. So it was really awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
That's so really cool.
Maybe Jeremy and Audrey wanted you to say them because you've interviewed them.
Yeah.
Right?
You did. It was awesome. We
was
loved
pretty
it. We
awesome.
watched it.
We definitely questioned it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely crushed it.
Who was the fastest swimmer? We both know that was me. Okay, now let's get to the fun question.
Okay,
Yeah.
fun question time.
So we liked the guests
Yes.
to pick out and say the open-ended question. So Lily,
Okay.
would you want to
Us four.
read the open-ended question?
Are you a morning person or night out, and why? I kind of both.
And why?
I kind of both because I like waking up in the morning, and also I like to also read it via my phone as a night owl.
Oh, that's funny. That
true.
sounds like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Same question to me.
yeah, some
The
question. to you.
same question, yeah.
Okay, so I'm a night owl. I think after years of especially when the kids really, really little, and so then I'd get everybody to bed and then I'd get productive. So I was doing everything starting at 10 o'clock. And so then the next thing I'd know, it was well after midnight, but that was when I got most of my stuff done. So, but I've always been one that I like staying up late, and I'm not so happy about how late I stayed up once it's morning.
That makes sense. So what's you into?
I'm also a night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think why I chose that because I spend time with my family, watching TV,
Oh yeah,
relaxing. and
definitely.
I play on my iPad.
And then you pass out on the couch
and I go to sleep. And that's and it repeats again.
Yep.
every
So,
night.
yeah, every night.
Every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So my answer is also a night owl because I like to stay up reading books.
Like special.
But that's one of them.
Very.
The book special is definitely one of them. But I love reading books.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. Thank you both. Thank you both so much for this conversation, for sharing such important message with us. Where can we find you on social media?
So you can find me on my Instagram handle called @LilySportsBeat and my YouTube channel to go watch my interviews.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Nancy?
You can find me on Instagram at NF Goodfellow. and then on my website at nancyfgoodfellow.com.
Awesome.
Yay.
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 We
Thank
are
you guys so
now
much for having
done.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
This was so
thank
fun.
you.
Love seeing you
So
guys
much
again.
fun.
Yeah, can't wait to see you again when we go back to Nashville.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're going to see you guys later on.
And hopefully
yeah,
we get
we're
to
gonna
meet
see you later
more
on.
celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tonight and at the conference tomorrow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
guys
now
get to
you
work
know.
the
Oh,
work
I
it tomorrow.
forgot one more thing. Fans, if you want to go to the Dear Mom conference and hear more about the interesting book called Special, stop by her booth and pick up the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Really good book, by the way.
Please join.
Thanks.
Bring
Get
your
the
family,
book.
friends, whatever. So please come to Dear Mom to get this book. Special.
Yeah. It's green, it's beautiful, and it has the M&Ms on it.
Yes, it does.